Back at it again. It's showtime. Showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Showtime. It goes. It's 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So right now we're gonna get into it and start off with a public service announcement. Today's public service announcement is for the ladies and the gentlemen. When you partying with your friends and they start having a few nose beers, it's okay to go ahead and end the night. You can just go ahead and pull the plug on the evening. They're gonna disagree. They're gonna feel like the night's just getting started, and that there's nothing to worry about. They do this all the time, but you know, once the nose nachos come out, it's okay to go ahead and pull the plug on the evening. All right, y'all enjoy y'all night. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the crib. All right, enjoy the nose nachos. Right, have a nose beer on me. All right. So with that, hold on, let me get the show started. Let me get Mitch in here. Go live.
Well, you know, I'm not one to judge anybody that wants to do a little toot. You know, I'm not one to judge. You know,
Keep up.
if you had a tough time, you know, I'm not your judge because, you know, this is my thing. I had a friend named Brad. We were in high school together. I went home one year, and he's a black dude, grew up in the hood with us. He said, Isaac, I've seen you drink. Not me. Excuse me. Not me. He said, I've seen you motherfuckers drink 2 ounces of lean, do all the drugs in the world. He said, I pull out a little keep up a coke. Y'all look at me crazy. I said, it is a double standard. I am sorry about that.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
He said, I've seen y'all dirty about 7, 8 Sprites, and I just sat here and watched. I pull out a little cocaine, and it's back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That is funny.
So much.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, if it's me, people start doing nose nachos. I'm gonna go ahead and.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's nothing that I don't like. If it's at a house party, then I'm definitely gonna be ready to leave. I'm like, this isn't what I came here for.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah. If it's like at a club and it's you know, then maybe. You know, whatever.
Music's loud, you know.
Music's loud. It's in the moment. Then if that's what you want to do, sure. But if we're at like a normal kickback and like there's kids around, like you want to do some coke, I'm like, I don't want to be a part of this with you. I don't know.
So in certain circumstances, you'll sign off on it.
Listen, I've signed off on things that I know I had no business on. So I feel like if I'm gonna sign off on something, it has to be under the guidelines that I think, okay, this is wrong, and I know I'm signing this. There's a few examples I can think of right now.
We don't need to get into that. That's not what the show's about. Let's just move on. Let's just move on.
Okay, so I'm like, listen, I'm gonna sign this document. I'm gonna sign this. But this can never come back to me. This can never get back to me.
Not me, but somebody. May have come to you like, hey, I need you to sign off on this.
Like, look, and I'll tell them, listen, I can't. I really can't. But you can. But you can. So
I need you to
say this is okay.
Right now. Be patient.
Say this is okay.
Understanding. Okay,
and these are my best friends.
Yeah.
Like I need you to sign this. I need you to sign this. So yeah.
You know, you've been a good friend.
Yeah. So a lot to get into. I do want to talk about just a few amazing things.
1 second. Okay, we got to get sponsorship. Tonight's show is brought to you by Four Loco again, guys.
I want you to stop drinking that. Like,
we're back.
Once you stop drinking that.
We're back.
I want you to stop drinking that. Wait, before we get, is it just me and you? There's no Dom tonight, so we can
I don't know, man. Hey, we'll see.
So
hey, you know what? We got some folks in here that are good candidates, I think.
I don't want to hear anything that Chantel has to say. I'll put that out right now.
Put that on the Holy Ghost.
I don't want to put that out right. Anything Chantel has to say, I'm gonna have pushback. I'm gonna have pushback on.
She would be a great guest.
Well, that's because you love her and you're stupid. You love her. Oh, shout out, Bonnie Love one time. I was supposed to be there this weekend. They did not, but I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be on the flight Thursday morning. I was gonna pop up on you, but they took it from me. Some people took it from me. They took it from me.
They took everything else.
They took it from me. Yo, my boss called me in the back and said, I gotta talk to you. I said, what? He said, Dad, you're not gonna like this. I said, come on. I said, come on. He said, do you have any plans for those 4 days? I said, yeah, I was gonna go to El Paso and set it on fire. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna go to El Paso and set it on fire. So this is what I'm gonna do. I already put in the vacation for next month, for October. It'll still be it'll be at the middle of Fuckboy Fall. So that'll be the time for us to shine, you know. So they took it from me this weekend. Like I had a t-shirt. I had a t-shirt already ordered from Amazon. I was going to wear, like, yeah, but it's, oh, God. They took it from me. They took it from me, baby. They took it from me, baby. And I tell
I'm out here with my ass out, baby.
Took it from me. Because I tell you, I was excited to meet Bonnie Love. I'll tell you that. It's all right.
I don't know why, man.
Time.
Something else.
Oh, it's patient. I'm gonna be patient with this. I'm gonna take my time. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take my time, Bonnie Love. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry. So, yeah, Chantel's back. I thought I had banned her. Maybe she got past that. I don't know.
Something about my cybersecurity ain't up to snuff.
Yeah, somebody. I forgot to write a letter or something, but I'll tell you what, we're gonna get to the bottom of how she's on the show right now.
All right, go ahead. What you say? There's a bunch of stuff to get into. What's going on?
Just a few sports related things. We should have done it Friday, but I was passed out.
You know what,
Texas beat it.
Man? I was really hyped for that show.
I know you were, and you know, and I started drinking too early. No, I got off work late because I wasn't supposed to work that Friday. But some things. There's a guy at my job who I have tried to have him fired every day, and no one listens to me. No one listens to me. We please fire this man. Like, he's making everybody's life terrible, and he made my life terrible on Friday. We're off as camp football right now, so I got time.
That was a long season, G.
Well, hopefully things went well for Cam. That's what's important. But the Texas Longhorns went into Tuscaloosa and won a football game.
That's fair.
That's
I got some feelings about that.
You know what? We're not gonna get into it. Not gonna get into it. Not gonna get into it.
I got some feelings about that.
Do you?
I just got some stuff, man. I just got some stuff about the whole college football world right now. It's crazy. How in the world does Georgia and Michigan keep the #1 spot without playing anybody? While people are actually playing people and winning by a lot.
Well,
not #1?
Who's your beef with? Who do you think should be #1? Please don't.
Oh, Florida State should be #1. Yeah.
Okay. The reason I'm going to let that slide because y'all did beat LSU. Y'all did beat LSU in the second game of the season. So I will let that. I'll let that.
But here's the thing about it. I understand your other argument because you're like, well, we went into Tuscaloosa and beat them by 10 in their house, which don't happen.
Exactly.
I understand that argument. My argument is we beat LSU where ESPN had us losing by 62% chance we was gonna lose. Okay. And not only did we beat them, but we beat them by, it should have been 45-17. They scored a late touchdown on our third string corners. So, okay, count that. But it's 45-17. Now, you did beat Alabama. It was a 10-point spread. This was over 30 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like, both are impressive wins, but you got to choose one to be more impressive. I don't know.
And I'm not being a homer. What I'm simply saying is if y'all would went to Death Valley and won in LSU, I'd be like, that's cool. I mean, yeah, because no one ever does that. But there was talk of people just not ever winning in Tuscaloosa, like because it doesn't ever happen.
And I think it's a great win. I think it's going to happen. I'll be the first to admit. And I said, what's it going to happen? I said, wasn't that y'all not going to win that game? People don't go into Tuscaloosa and win football games. I
I didn't sit down the entire game. I'm up there. I'm calling the defense from Virginia. I'm calling everything from Virginia.
Uh,
But
yeah.
there are some things that we need to actually know. The defense played outstanding. I don't know if it's more of the defense or if it was the quarterback that could not read defenses. It's a lot that was going on in that game.
I mean, we kind of knew what Alabama's
Going
quarterback
back,
was going to be.
yeah.
He just ended up being what we thought he was.
And I have rang the bell on every platform that I could about the Texas cornerback room, the defensive back room. It is not to be played with. They thought it was a game, and it wasn't. Coach Sarkisian going down to Tuscaloosa, beating his former head coach and Nick Saban. It's just a lot to get into, but I want to focus. I want to focus on. It's fall now. It's September.
You know how I know it's fall in El Paso? You want to know how I know? Because today it was only 110. I said, "Ooh, it's breezy out here."
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I thought about because I'm off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I thought about just getting on a plane and going. That ticket's $965.
American.
Like when I was going to do it, it was like $550, $600, and I could have swung that. But not, $1,000 just to come see you. I mean, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But as I was saying, the hot girl summer is over. It's over.
This was a trash summer, man.
It was horrible. It was horrible. The summer was terrible. It started late in Virginia. I didn't see nearly enough sundresses. Girls are pregnant. I didn't like that at all.
It was that.
I don't know.
Want to be in an actual relationship.
Yeah. So, but now all the stragglers from all the hot girl summers. Now it's time for us to shine. It's time for us to shine.
We gotta get our pumpkin pajamas together.
And tell me right now, I'm about to get on. I'm finna live at Starbucks. Anything pumpkin spice walk in there, I'm taking. Anything I'm taking. I'm finna get on somebody's fall reading list, this book list. I'm gonna go like, listen, I'm finna be the worst. I'm finna get scars. It's finna be terrible. Like I'm finna be everything that a woman. I'm finna be everything a woman wants the next 7 months. Then I'm a dog and I'm a leaver. Then as soon as May hit, it gets warm. I'm back outside. So that's what I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, man.
Who's Queen Elizabeth? Yeah, I don't know who that is. But yeah.
Boom.
So yeah.
I got a question.
What's going on?
Because there's been some stuff going on this week. I've had some questions. Some stuff has come up. Okay. So here's a question. You ever have a woman that you with and she say something that confirms for you that you will never marry her? Or you're like, oh, okay. So that's it. Like that was all I needed to hear. Thank you. Thank you for that. But you will never.
I think that I've heard certain things that have been like, how did you get here? Like, how did you even get to be with me? Like, how did we get to this point? But I haven't been in enough relationships that I can be like, I want to marry this woman. But at the same time, I can only imagine there are some things that could be said to be like, this isn't a red flag. This is the flag of red. This is it.
Yeah,
like that is crazy how you think that is. I think that I don't know what's happening as far as this modern society is happening, but I don't know what women want anymore, and I don't ask. I just What's crazy? Women are talking about they're lonelier than ever, but they kind of did that to themselves. I don't bother nobody. That's just where I'm at. I don't bother nobody. So yeah, that's it.
My thing is, I've definitely been in a situation like that where, we try to call ourselves trying to build something, and then something gets said, and it's like, okay, never mind. Well, I mean, we can still have fun, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be a serial dater, you know what I mean? Where you just dropping one, picking up another, dropping one, picking up another. I don't want to do that. That's too much energy. And I hate small talk. I do not care what your favorite color is. Don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't want to keep doing that process over again. So maybe I won't just leave, but this isn't going anywhere. There's a point where I'll be like, okay, this isn't going anywhere. That's okay. That's okay. We can still have fun. You know what I mean? Because it's still cool to like go to stuff with somebody and do stuff, date nights and all this other stuff. It's like I don't get creative about going places until I'm with somebody. Like when I ain't with nobody, I'm probably gonna be in the house watching TikToks.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
For the weekend.
we were talking about dating a couple shows ago, and the way that some women date, like you talking about the serial dating, the way that some forget women, they say the same way that some women and men date, it's terrible. So, and I don't even know because you can't on a first date tell someone to not be with nobody else. You like,
Yeah.
yo, listen. So you have to be able to deal with whatever comes with it. And I was still thinking about that whole dating the girl that has a roster thing. I haven't been on a date since. I'm like, that's crazy because that's crazy. Um, even with dudes, there's this misconception that dudes are dealing with a lot of women. That's not the case. Most dudes just chill it. Like they're
Yeah.
just like
There's
they
not a
saw
lot of
you,
women to deal
yeah,
with.
deal with, yeah. Like they saw you, they thought you were cute. So the dude talked to you. He's not
Yeah.
doing that with every single person. So especially if a woman is attractive, she can have options. And I mean, I guess that's her right as an American. But at the same time, I don't want to be dating a girl that's like serial dating other dudes. And I'm like at the beginning, and they're like at an intermediate stage, and you never know where anybody is, and they're not going to be honest with you to tell you where anybody is. So I leave people alone.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Yeah.
It's crazy because just like you said, I mean, they are. I've seen a lot of women who are calling out for dudes that they don't deserve. You know what I mean? Like you be knowing that I know who you are. I know who you are. I know what you do. I know who you be. I know your social media footprint and how that looks. And then you post some like, waiting on somebody to do this and do that for me so I can, like, you're never going to find that. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's
So
not for you. That's
when,
not for
when,
you. You forfeit that,
what's,
ma'am.
we talk about this all the time. Like it's extremely, it's not even funny anymore. It's troubling to me the way that women will have certain behaviors and certain patterns and then act like that it's okay to do whatever they want. And then at the end be like, okay, now I want this dude. Like that's not how that works. That's not, you can't do
don't
that.
deserve him.
You don't hell, I don't deserve him. And I ain't even gay. I ain't gay. No, I just think
weird, man.
I think that it's insane, bro. Like I think that men tend to stay in their lane. The only time men can really show out and be with who they want is when they have copious amounts of money. I'm not talking about like regular dudes. Regular dude, that's my no one wants to settle. Regular dudes settle most of the time. But what happens, we're happy with our decision because the girl that we want to be with is actually like attainable. The men that women want to be with, the dude doesn't exist. Like
sometimes he do, but they just don't. He's not looking for you.
Girl, women be wanting a dangerous, safe dude. They'll take him on a picnic. They don't have a gun in the basket. That's a hood dude, he's a hood dude, but he can draw. And like it's like, what do you?
Right. He draws nice pictures and writes poetry.
Where are you finding this dude at? Like, where are you finding him? And it's amazing to me that I just want my girl to not be a hoe, and everything else is like that's crazy. Like that's all I want. Like don't like we talk about. Just don't have me out here looking. Don't have me walk in the room with you and dudes do me like what?
Yeah. Oh man. Right. If these hoes want rich men, let them have them. They ain't gonna find them. I mean,
they'll find it, but they ain't gonna be the only one. I think what women don't seem to understand, and it's not fair. If a man has a good amount of money, I'm talking like good amount of money, and him being his idea of faithful may be very different to what you consider to be faithful. We all know what faithful is, but his idea of faithful could be completely different from what you are thinking about. And women don't take that into account.
That is true. And to your point, I seen a video by Michael Blackson, right? Michael Blackson was going on there on a show talking about how he has cheated on every woman he's ever been with, period.
Right, yeah.
He's like, if you didn't know it, if I've been with you and you didn't know it, I'm letting you know right now.
That's it.
I did cheat on you. And he said he was with a girl that he actually did like, and he cheated on her too, and she was ready to leave him. And he was like, dang, I really cannot be faithful. Like, this is crazy. So he said from then, that point on, he decided that before he got with anybody, he was going to tell them, look, I'm not going to be faithful to you. It's not going to be a thing that's going to happen. Right? If you're okay with that, you can rock with that, then you can be with me. If you can't, then you can't. And he said, once I started being honest with women, a lot of women were just like, okay, well, it is what it is. And he said that.
Yes.
I'm sorry, just to finish the point, to tie this to what you were saying, he said he was talking to Shannon Sharp, and Shannon Sharp was like, yeah, I mean, you know, women always tell you, you know, tell me what's real, and then give me the option to say yes or no. And then Michael was like, yeah, but regular dudes can't do this.
Exactly.
He said, only reason we can do it is because we're rich. Like, regular dudes are not going to do this.
Bro,
and that's the 100% true, man. That's 100% true.
If I tell a girl, listen, I'm cheating, so you need to deal with it. You are regular. Like, you right. I'm tripping. Faithful is the way for me. Like, faithful is the way for me.
I was just joking. Black men don't cheat.
Black men are back too. But it's crazy because that's the society that we're living in. Like, people cheating ain't even as big as it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost expected. And if you have the resources to cheat, women just deal with it. I mean, so it is what it is. I don't know.
One of my female friends seen the Michael Blackson video, and she was like, you know what? It's messed up, but he telling the truth.
It's it.
If you keep me in a yacht and a helicopter, give me a helicopter, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess.
But I wonder how long that lasts, though, because after a while they're gonna want certain things that don't come with that dude. Then they're gonna be upset when they don't get it. I don't know.
Because the thing is, they living in a life of luxury, and you know, but he's just doing his thing. I mean, are they ever gonna get sick of living in a life of luxury and want to go back to being regular just for love?
I don't know.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that I'm using it's a bad example, but it is an example nonetheless. Then remember that show Scandal, like with Kerry Washington? I watched 2 episodes of it. I'm like, this is the worst thing on television that I've ever seen. This is the worst. That and Bad Girls Club is the worst thing on television for women, and then for women of color, because they had a black woman side chicken to a white. Granted, he's the president, but even her dad was like, you dumb as hell. And he played her out in front of everybody. But what was crazy, there was an episode to where it was a minister or whatever had happened. He had a wife, he had a family, but he died in a hotel with his side chick who had a whole nother family. So the dude was worth like $6 or $7 million. So in order to keep the side chick from acting up, they offered her like $500,000 or whatever, and she was cool with it. And then the day of the funeral, she just flipped out. Because she was like, I want this. And then the girl was like, it's never going to be enough. What you want is birthdays. You want time back. You want anniversaries. She's been rocking the side chick role for like, apparently she had been rocking it for years. But I think that women do eventually get tired. They want to be able to go out in public and say, hey, this is my man. This is whatever. And some women never get that. So I think it's a double-edged sword. I don't really know. I've never been a woman. I've never been a side chick, so I know what I know what that whole struggle is. I know what that struggle is.
Probably a rich experience.
Probably something that I'll never be able to identify with. So we do have to talk about something. We do need a female element to this show, but we'll talk about that offline. Don't want to put nobody on blast. We will be discussing that because I think this is definitely what we need. We need both sides of the spectrum. My cousin just joined. Shout out to her. She just had a birthday. Yeah.
Was it Azriel?
Yes, my cousin, bro. I love her more than anything. That's who I went home to see the wedding for last year she got married? Yeah, her husband's dope. It was a great time, man. That's what made me move back home next year. I'm not living. I will get back to Dallas next year, come hell or high water. I don't care what it takes. I will be back in the D 2024. But yeah, man, there was so much that goes into it that I think the relationships aren't really. If you find someone that you care about, that you like, you gotta rock that, because this single life it's bad until it's good until it's bad. If that makes any sense, like. Yeah. It's super cool, then it can be dumb some days. Like, this doesn't make any sense.
I tell
Any
you when it's
shirts.
done, man. When you at home on a weekend with no plans and your phone is dry, that's when it gets done. That's when you like,
Bro,
man.
and you don't want to go to the bar. You're like, I don't want to go to the bar by myself. Like, this is crazy. What's up, cuz? You know I love you. So it's like
Yeah, yeah,
you really trying to like be better because I don't know, man. Football season helps, but at the same time,
yeah.
you kind of want a girl. You kind of want a girlfriend to wear matching T-shirts with you. Like, I hate the Cowboys, but you're wearing this shirt. But you're wearing this. You're wearing this. You're wearing this shirt. I know that. I don't care
We
what you're
hope you
talking about.
understand,
Yeah,
right?
we have an understanding. And we will be wearing this T-shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
I don't know, man. I think I got this quote here that says, it says that I'll take you serious when I see no one has access to you like I do. And I think that was one of the truest things that I had seen, man.
absolutely, absolutely.
Man. And I think that's something that a lot of women don't understand is like, I'm not sitting here saying you can't speak to another man if you're speaking to me. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
crazy. That's crazy.
that's not
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But when we all have the same amount of access, like we could be on a date, you be on a date with me, you gonna answer the phone for him? No. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta be together. Even if we're not together, if you do something like that, you're guaranteeing that we will never be together. You know what I mean?
What I
If that's how you feel, that's cool. That's your choice. But just know that that's the decision that you're making by doing something like that. Like,
I think that's twofold. I think that you hit it on the head with the whole access. If you treat every guy like me, then what are you doing? Like, then what is the point? Men just want loyalty. That's it. That's all we have. Yeah, loyalty does go the longest way, bro.
loyalty is number one for me,
That is the
Bucko.
number loyalty and what up, Logan? Like Logan used to work at the store I work at Verizon. He's a realist. He's a realist. I rock with him tough. Him and I drank one time and never drank again. We both know why. It got out of hand. Got out of hand.
Can't do
But
that again.
yeah, but loyalty
But of
does
course,
is loyalty above every single thing, man. If I know that you got my back, you're not gonna once again have me out here looking stupid. And I can go into a room and not know that everyone knows who my girl is, and like in that kind of way, then we solid. But that's the problem I have. And I'm not we hit it on the head every now and then, but a woman with a past that does hurt her chances of being with somebody in the future if it's known that way. Because you want the
yeah.
man to accept certain things that he don't have to accept with other women. And I don't know if that's fair or if it's wrong. I don't know what that answer is.
I feel like the embracing the whole mentality is going away. It's a thing in our generation, but I think it's going away. I think the generation after ours sees how their moms are coming up, man. See how their moms came up short. Their moms spent their whole life searching, looking, hoping.
Looking.
Yeah, and they come up on nothing. And the reason was because they weren't worthy.
Yeah.
And so the generation after sees that I can't be that way. I want to end up with somebody that actually loves me for me and all the stuff that you're actually asking for. You can't be that way. You can't be like how your mom was.
Yeah.
Saying that, excuse me. Yeah, that's not a thing.
that ain't it, G. That ain't it, G. That is not it. That is not it.
So, I think that's the positive sign I see in the culture is that a lot more women are willing to admit they want to be with a man, are willing to admit that if I want to be with a man, I got to be a certain way, and I cannot be another way. You know what I mean? Or he's not going to want to be with me. And that's good. You see a lot more women willing to give props to their man and publicly,
right?
Especially these stars. You know what I mean? Stars get up there. I want to thank my man. I'm like, man, this is cool, man.
It's love.
I'm with that.
It's love.
Keenan's got to get on here. This is going to be a new perspective. Let's go, Keenan.
Oh, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I just think it's different. Like,
yeah,
because I don't think feminism helped women the way that they think that it did, and the sexual revolution that women wanted to go through, that didn't go well for y'all. Like, I want to have as much sex as you do. I don't think you do. I don't think that you do.
I don't mean if you do, you probably ought not.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably ought not.
It's crazy, bro. Like, yeah.
Where'd she go? Where can it go? I can't find her.
Yeah. But
she go. It's up there. She got the invite. I don't know.
yeah,
But yeah, so that's kind of the deal, man. I just think for people to have as much access to you as I do, you're just telling me that I'm not special to you, which is fine.
yeah.
You can, feel that
That's
way,
your
but then,
prerogative. That's your
yeah, but
prerogative.
then
That's
that just
fine.
means I'm gonna go find somebody who I am special to. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna waste time with you. What am I wasting time with you for?
So like, I'm so talk to you all night about nothing. It is
Exactly.
crazy, man. It is. I think yeah, it is like, and the level of attention that is needed by some people,
Yeah.
that's you don't need that kind of attention, and all the attention you seek ain't necessarily good. So when I do be looking at Instagram and I do be watching certain, I'm like, so what you post that for? Like, what was the
Yeah.
reason you
Who was
posted
that
that for?
for?
Yeah,
Who this
because
for?
like, shoot as fuck. Like, what is the point? Like, I've never
Yeah.
understood. I'm in the gym and you did 1,000 squats, so you gonna post your butt on Instagram? Why, dude? Why would you
Yeah.
do that? For who is that
Exactly.
for?
Exactly.
But
Hold on.
oh,
Let me try to.
yeah.
Whoa. Slow down. Whoa there. My bad. My camera's all over the place. Yeah, man. That's the crazy stuff right there. Is the misunderstanding. There she goes.
What's going on?
This is my friend
Hello.
Kiki. She got the bangles on.
She's stupid.
Whatever.
Yes. Kiki. So what do you think about what we were just saying about people having the same amount of access to you that the person that is interested in you has? Do you think that's fine as long as y'all are not together? Or do you think that should be shut down at a certain point? And what point is that?
I think if we're going to talk about promiscuity, I think that talking about how much it's damaging to men as well as women, right? So
What do you mean by that?
Yeah,
Damaging to us?
No, you can say as a man that it's going to, as a woman, if so many men know you in that sense, right?
Uh-huh.
That it's going to hurt your chances of finding a good partner. It's the same thing with women, because women don't want a guy that a lot of people have known and have had sex with. Like, it's just not.
Okay.
It's equal. It's equal. And I know
here's my thought.
I'm in the Navy. So I'm in the Navy, right?
Right,
And when a guy is with one girl, we talk the same way that guys do. And that's not necessarily right. Honestly, it's not right. Especially in a work setting like that. It's not. But it does happen. So talk about women and saying that if you're promiscuous, it hurts your chances of finding a good guy. It's the same way with men. Like, quite frankly, we don't want you the same way.
Well, here's my question. Because I don't think women necessarily are seeking a dude who's been with a bunch of women. I think that's fair. But exactly. I do not think that women hold it against men.
Them. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we hold it against you. So, like, if we were to know that you were promiscuous at a time, the way we would hold that against you is very different from how you would
define promiscuous.
Well, I think we're going to go with the traditional definition.
I guess.
I got it. This happens a lot, and this is me coming from the Navy, where it's like a high school mentality, whereas the rumor mill can fluctuate and it could really ensnare people, right? So one man can ruin an entire woman's reputation, like one guy, and sometimes the guy even is not even telling the truth. Like, I had a guy at the Naval Hospital, right? When I was stationed in Spain, and he said that he had a threesome with me and another girl, and because I was a woman,
that's crazy. Who lies? Who lies like that? Who lies?
The entire hospital didn't have to, because the entire hospital believed it. The entire hospital believed it, and it's just like, well, define promiscuous, and then you talk to her, and sometimes with a girl, like, especially if she's young, right? I'm in my 30s, so I know better now. But I remember being young and falling for a guy who really thought he was going to be with me forever. And then as soon as he hit it, he told all of his friends, and then he didn't want to be with me anymore. Because that's what happens when you're 22, 23.
Yeah.
So it's just define promiscuous. Like, to me, it sounds like insecurity of the man, not necessarily insecurity.
I like your feminist views.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's tighten this up. Let's go ahead and tighten this up. All right. So the only issue. Well, there's a couple of things you said that I thought were not necessarily wrong, but whatever. Bryce and I often say, Josh, as you may know him, however you may know him. When I was younger, I knew exactly what I was doing. There wasn't a time that I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any idea. No, at 22 years old, especially in the Navy, I knew exactly what I was doing. So I never used my youth as an excuse to do something that I knew was going to be maybe less than stellar or have piss poor judgment about. Also, when I was in the Navy, all the girls were trying to smash the same dudes because those were the popular guys. So they knew what the dude was about, but they would use the excuses of I'm young and it's okay to do. But now it's like, well, I didn't know any better. No, that's absolutely untrue. You knew exactly what you were doing, but you thought that, maybe whatever happened. So I don't,
No way. What you're
okay.
saying, so you're saying that at the age of 20, you know everything that you need to know and there's no room for growth.
No, I didn't say
at
that.
our age now, we're going to be the
I
same way. Like, you're saying that you know
I didn't say that.
everything.
I didn't
Yes,
say
you
that.
are. You're saying, yes, you
what
are.
I'm saying is this: is what you're getting yourself into.
No.
You have an idea. So you saying that at 22 years old, you didn't know that dude he wasn't a player or nothing. He likes me for me, and that's what you thought.
Yeah, because
if that's what you thought. That's fine.
Like
okay.
That. Like I don't know. I don't know. It feels like you haven't had enough female friends.
No, that's the thing. Well,
like just jump in real quick because I feel like what he's saying is not that you know everything that you're gonna know.
Saying you know everything,
life, but you know enough.
You know enough. Like, you know enough.
Like there's dudes that there's dudes that you know about, you've heard about, you know how he moves, you know how he operates, and you get with him anyway because you're interested in him just like everybody else was. Yeah. He knows that. Like the 10 dudes that every female is trying to get with, because there's only 10 of them. Okay, and the rest of us is just out here. The 10 dudes that every female is gonna get with, y'all be knowing how they operate, and you get with them anyway because they're the ones that y'all want. So I just don't see the argument that we didn't know, we had no idea. Like yes, you did.
I think you're making a lot of assumptions. A lot.
No. Okay, I disagree.
Okay.
Not everyone's experience is the same way.
Okay, sure.
So what's the original subject was that we're talking about what makes women promiscuous.
What
makes women promiscuous is that so you have men who lie, right? That's an option.
No, that's not what makes women promiscuous.
You do. I'm telling you do because women who've had a reputation as a whore, which I've had before at the hospital. And
but we're not talking about you. We're not talking about you.
Well, it's not only that we're not talking about her. We're not talking about lies. 9 times out of 10, we know when a dude's lying. Like when dude's telling me a story about something he did. Like, bro, you're not even on that level.
Yeah, don't even chill. Chill.
Someone who's actually pretty, like, no chance.
Yeah.
We let them talk. You know what I mean? Whatever, you can talk. Tell me whatever story you want to tell me, homie. You know what I'm saying? But no chance.
But what I'm saying is, Bryce and I started this naval thing. We were in Hawaii. I've seen girls run through whole crews of dudes. I'm like, so that's promiscuous. That's what that is.
And when she actually did it, not rumors.
She did it. She ran through the crew of homies, and she was like, now she could be married now. The dude will never know. And that's her life, and that's why I'm not judging her. But that's the definition of, like, I guess the promiscuity, what you were asking for. If you run through a crew of homeboys, whether that's 2 or not 2 homeboys, but if you smash best friends, that's also a push. I'm sorry. Like, that's a push. That's a push. If you smash 2 homeboys as best friend, that is a push.
But that's
if it's a group of 4,
same thing for females, though. Like, I don't want to date somebody who's been with a good friend.
Yeah, but you don't want to be with me. You wanted to have sex with me. You didn't care about being with me. You see what I'm saying?
No.
All right. Well, maybe
I think the same. I think the rules for men and women. I think that the reason why I asked to join was because the conversation was talking about how it's so different for men and women, but it's really not that different. Like, we don't want a man that's been with all my friends either. Like, I don't want.
No, I don't think you want a man that's been with your friends.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't think you want to be with a man that's been with your friends, but I don't think you care if he in some other command that you never was there and don't know anybody at. You don't care how many women he slept with there. It's not a question. It's not even that's not a question, but even if you knew, if you found out that he slept with 50 women at his last command, but he's nice to you and he's being cool to you right now, you wouldn't care. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be a thing, a deterrent for being with him.
Men hear 50 and I get sick to my heart. Like 50.
Yeah, like I could, like as nice as you are, I would just feel like I can't.
I can't.
Like,
And it's cool. You can be cool. You can have Thor t-shirts, be a Cowboy fan. 50 dudes, the last command. I can't rock with you. And I think it's cool. I think you're a dope person.
Yeah.
And we can hang out in public in front of people. But there will never be like a time where we were just kicking it like that. No, I don't think that. And maybe
so do you
that's
feel
not
that way, Keenan? If you found out a dude that was talking to you who was super nice to you, never did nothing wrong, and you were actually interested in him, but you found out he had 50 partners at his last command, you feel like you could still be with him or no?
Like we're talking about in a short period of time.
over 4
Just
years.
call it the 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
50.
My cousin want to get on, by the way. She gonna be a handful. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just
We appreciate you joining, by the way. Thanks for coming on.
I would wonder, I guess, but it's also not a conversation I would bring up. Like I wouldn't ask a man his number because I feel like it's not my business.
True,
Unless
but
he has an STD or something. Like
Okay.
that's just because it doesn't seem like it's not a very polite question to ask and not something I would worry about.
yeah.
But
That's all I'm talking about.
if it was something, if they brought it up and it was that many women in that short of a time, it would make me wonder if like he would cheat. I guess that's what I would think.
But
like if
that's not the question.
Yeah.
Not the question.
Because I mean,
The question
they have a lot of
is,
sex.
Would you be
Yeah.
with? Would you be with?
Yeah.
Would
yeah,
you
but
be
the
with
question
him?
is,
Would you be
all
with
you know is right now he's talking to you. He's super nice to you. He's funny. You seem like y'all mesh really well. You get along really well, and he hasn't done anything wrong, right? Takes you out. He plans the date, pays for the date. He's polite. He doesn't press you about sex. He's not asking for it. Y'all just cool. Y'all just chilling, and it's great. But you just found out by some intravenous way that he happened to have sex with 50 women within 3 years. Could you still be with a man like that
But
when you
if
find out?
it wasn't from him, if it wasn't from him, and he didn't tell me,
Say it's true.
it's true. Because I think
true.
you guys are forgetting that there's so many ways women get a promiscuous reputation that she doesn't even deserve. Like that.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about women who actually deserve it.
I don't know if I don't know.
Because that's the thing. I honestly feel like if he's being nice to you, he hasn't done anything wrong, and he's doing all the stuff, isn't pressing you about sex and blah 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 blah. I think you would be with him, knowing that he's been with 50 women in 3 years at his last command, and it's 100% true. You would still be with him because that's how women operate. And there's nothing wrong with it. We're just saying men operate differently. I would present the same thing in the inverse. I don't know that I would do that. I would be like, it'd be a deal breaker.
Wait a minute, Joshua, do you see her face right now? How the wheels are turning. That means that she's mulling it over. This is a yes for you. You just don't want to say it to us, and that's fine. But men and women operate in two totally different spaces. When I heard 50, I was finished. I was finished then. And you can call me insensitive or not secure or insecure. I just know anybody. How do you have sex 50 times and nobody want to be with you? That's crazy to me. But at the same time,
or if they did and you don't want to be with them, what are you on?
So and also, this is gonna a little flip. Do you know how hard it is to catch 50 bodies as a man? There ain't no small feet. There ain't no small feet. There ain't no small feet.
That's hard to do on a video game.
Yes,
that's hard to do on Grand Theft Auto.
And that's why, with all due respect, your 50 bodies way more than my 50 bodies. Because in most cases, I had to grind and go through something, work to get the 50 bodies. You are a very attractive woman. So for you just to be out, like I caught 50, I'm like, you didn't have to do anything. You had to just walk outside and say, hey, hi, and that's it. Women don't need to have game. You're laughing because I'm dead serious right now.
You're right.
When is the last time you had to work to have sex with a guy? Like you had to grind, put in some work to work. Don't worry, I'll wait. Exactly.
That was never really the
question.
Goal, though.
The question.
Very rarely do we go. I don't know.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. This is the
There's
last
nothing
thing.
wrong with none of it. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with none of it.
we're not saying anything is wrong. What I'm saying, but at least let's live in the reality of the place that we live in. If a woman doesn't really got to even be attractive, but if a woman is attractive like you are, and I'm being serious, in order to have sex is not hard. Maybe a relationship could be tough. Having a dude get to that level could be a little tough, but having sex, you can go to the grocery store and find a dude that can have sex with you. Like that's. Hell, I got to put up a sign, put up a YouTube video, maybe something on Amazon. I got to have a haircut and it be fresh. Like there's so much I have to do. You have to put on some sweats, some UGG boots, and a t-shirt, and be like, "Hi."
But it's also like there's a comment that said that we have to vet dudes a lot more than a man has to vet a woman. I don't know. I don't. Like,
Women are insane. Yeah. Women are crazy. I come home, you can have my cat in a pot. I don't know what you do. I don't know. Like, I don't know. So, yeah.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, we have to maybe, I don't know.
I got to send my cousin this invite.
I just feel like we were saying, I mean, I think the original thing was, for me, I'm not going to take you serious until I know that I have access to you different from how everyone else has access to you. And if that's not going to be the case, then I'm just not going to take you seriously.
Exactly.
Well, I'm her friend just like every other dude is her friend, and we all just friends.
If you got 40,000 followers on Instagram, we probably ain't going to make it. That's just real life. Like, not going to be a thing. I appreciate you stopping by, though, but no. Dope, though.
Yeah. Well, do you think like that with dudes? Like, do you feel like if every female seems to have access to him the same way you do, that you're disinterested?
It's a turnoff. That's the problem. Is that the conversation was going into that it's only women. I don't think that men and women look at promiscuous people that differently. Like, if I know the man has a reputation, I'm not going to take him as seriously. Or if, for example, talking about Instagram. So a guy's attractive, right? And I was just talking about this with my friend yesterday. He's attractive and he knows it, and he's given those videos where he's posting their shirt off and he's like looking at the camera and winking and just making those. It's a turn off, right?
He's got that Ray J syndrome. He's got Ray J syndrome. That's what he got. He's trying to be pretty.
I don't see those videos, so I can't say nothing about it.
A lot of the hot men on Instagram do that. So it's a turnoff because it makes me wonder what else do you have to offer? Like, is it just your looks?
Yeah.
Is that all? Because you're banking on your looks a lot. And I'm like, that's not enough to maintain a relationship. And maybe for promiscuous people, if all you have to offer is sex, like you said, fuck boy fall. If that's all you have to offer,
it is approaching, guys. Hey, don't let her talk you out of fuck boy falls, fellas. Don't let her talk you out of it. Don't let her talk you out of it. Don't let her talk you out of fuck. They had a hot girl summer. They had it. It was fun. They had a good time. It's our time to shine, fellas. This is it for us. Fuck boy fall is walk around with some type of book all the time and like, what are you reading? Got it right. Just it's easy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel with a grenade. Just have a conversation about their author, like you give a fuck, but it's okay. Boy Fall is here. September, it's here.
But that's what I think, though. Like when you were talking about the dudes that you said were attracted to do all of this stuff, it's like, to me, they know though. They know what they got to do what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Because a lot of women will say, sure, he most likely doesn't have anything more to offer than he does. But that's good enough for me.
But they want to smash. Yeah. Ezreal, I'm just playing cousin. I'm not like that.
Leave. They don't want to stay with him, but that's good enough for them. And if that's all he's trying to do.
Hey, public service. Hey, Ezreal, I'm just playing cousin. I ain't gonna be doing that this fall. I promise. I'm working on trying to get home. I swear to God, I'm finna be in the house. Not this weekend, but starting next weekend, we're gonna be in the house. And, I need one more weekend to do what I got to do, and then I'm back. I'm back in the crib, cause I swear on my mom, I'll be back in the crib. I got. They need me this weekend. They need me, and I need them, and it's okay. Can you send my cousin? Can you send my cousin an invite, Joshua?
I did. I don't think she wanted to get on, Well, we'll
I
see.
don't know. Yeah, so it's just one more weekend. They need me. It's boot season, so I got to get out there one time. Just
So we
I
got
got to do
two
it one time for the one
dudes. I'm
time.
trying to get two females on. I'll send her another one. See what she say.
Yeah,
Who's there? Let's see.
that's
But it's
crazy.
yeah, man.
She said,
That is
"Oh,
uh.
this is my cousin. Yeah, this is my
Hi,
cousin."
cousin.
Hey, I'm
Welcome
telling
this
you right
morning.
now.
I've never done this before, so this
Well,
is brand
we're
new
here
for me.
for it. We're here for it. Hey, Angela, I was just playing. I'm gonna be in the house
I hear
start
you.
next week. Starting next week. They,
Make sure you go to church on Sunday too.
the Cowboys come on at 4:25. On the phone to make that in church. So yeah, and
Yes,
I got then I
church
got brunch early on Sunday morning. It's gonna be a rough day, but I'll do the best that I can for him on high. But
yeah.
anyway, it got hot in here. Jesus, all
Now
right.
here's a question. Here's a question. Here's a question. So it says women know they couldn't keep a Russell Wilson, even though they know that's what they need and what their kids need. So Russell Wilson, to bring y'all up to speed about who Russell Wilson is, if you don't know, Russell Wilson is a very
Wilson.
what's he say?
Everybody know who he is. We know.
Do you know who he is, Keenan? You know who Russell Wilson
I
is?
know who he is, but I'm not sure what context you're talking about.
Okay, so
I know he's Sierra's
essentially
husband.
He's a
he
good guy. A good guy.
he the dude that married Sierra, the singer. Sierra had a child with the rapper Future already when he married Sierra. And then Russell Wilson didn't care about none of that. He took her in and gave her a home, gave her son a home, and then they had a baby together. Maybe one or two babies together. I forget how many kids they got now. But essentially, he's just a good dude, just an all around. If you're looking for a good dude to be married to and be in a relationship with, Russell Wilson is the dude. Dudes even agree with that. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? If you can find yourself a Russell Wilson, that's probably who you ought to be with, okay? So, again, the quote is, women know they couldn't keep a Russell Wilson, even though they know that's what they need and what their kids need. And so what they're saying there is that women know that the way that they are, right, the things that they're into, the stuff that they like, stuff that they like to do, say, to post, is not what a Russell Wilson type person is looking for. So they know they can't keep this kind of dude, even though they know that it's what they need. So they look for other types of men. They look for men who are not like that, knowing that what they actually need is like a Russell Wilson.
Well, let me ask you this. How many of us grow up learning what it means to be a good partner to anybody? I didn't. I don't know that many people who learned what it means to be a good partner. Like, I had to figure that shit out the hard way.
That's a
by
good,
failing at
good point.
relationships.
I like that.
Because I
That is
wasn't
a
a
good
good girlfriend.
No, you can't. No.
But
Look,
I think it all comes with maturity. It all comes with maturity and like figuring it out along the way. Everybody we gonna have bumps and bruises along the way. Like, it comes with maturity and figuring
Yeah,
okay.
it do. That's true, because like, what else is it? What else is it that helps you to understand that you are not where you need to be and you need to get there?
even if
Gotta
you
be
have
maturity.
example of what it is to be a wife, a husband, whatever it is, you have to go through your own stuff to figure out what you want. It's your person.
Yeah.
It might not be exactly what you saw.
I'm,
And then figure out who you want to be that person.
I'm willing to agree, because I've seen some great examples of how to be a husband, and I tell you what,
Exactly.
I have lived a life of it's been quite
Right.
Colorful.
colorful. I've lived a colorful life. I've done some things that I thought, like, Isaac, you know better than this, but
Yep.
I'm like, we out here now, but we out here, so we out here, and I can't turn back. I can't turn back
now.
I'm already out here. Just say, I'm already outside. Like, I can't turn. And we say, like, these hoes need me, but they needed me. But now I'm better now. Like, I'm really better now. But I think, all right, whatever. Watch it. But this is my only beef with Russell Wilson. This is my only beef with Russell Wilson. I just think that, man, like, Russell was good where he was at. I just don't like. I've said this take before, and it pissed everybody off, and that's fine. Russell Wilson Sierra didn't deserve Russell Wilson. I don't care what nobody said.
Based on what?
She didn't deserve.
What do you mean though? Just because she had a kid, she didn't deserve him?
Okay, if we're looking at this from like a draft status, who's your first? If your first round pick, number 1 overall pick, who you want? Sierra? That's who you going with your number 1 overall pick, Joshua? Is a wife to have? Is that what you want?
I mean, if I could go with a famous wife or a famous woman that I would choose to be my wife right now as first round draft pick.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you say Cardi B, I'm logging off. I swear to God, you say Cardi B, I'm logging off. Say Cardi B so I can log off.
Right? Then I won't say anything.
Cardi B so I can log off.
This is contradicting y'all's whole conversation earlier.
How?
Mary,
How?
Not you, but him. Not one of
How?
Cardi. Because Cardi
Cardi B.
That is Cardi. Wipe her up. That's contradicting what exactly what you
No. What bodies that Cardi B have that we know about?
Because we not in that social circle, but I'm sure if we were, you could go and count them up.
That's an assertion. That's an assertion without evidence.
You a piece of garbage. You're hot garbage.
Twerking, pictures on Instagram, all of that. She does everything that you were saying.
Exactly.
Okay, she do twerk. But if that's all she do, I can get over that.
What?
Then what are you talking
No, we were talking about bodies being the end all be all. Bodies, not twerking.
Okay.
Twerking, you can be like, yo, just stop twerking on Instagram, and she stopped, and then you're good.
I don't know her body because I can name a few just from watching VH1. The only reason you don't know is because you're not in her. So you,
What bodies do you know about from Cardi B?
Cardi B's whole persona gets body.
That is true.
She started as a stripper, and then not only that, but she would
That's not what we're talking
she would lure men into the bedroom and rob them.
That's the woman you want for a wife? See, I knew you.
That goes back to what I stated earlier. Any dude, it don't matter what the girl's past was, if they fall for her, because if she's a party or whatever, they're gonna wipe her up.
Not this one, G. Not this one, G.
No.
Was ready.
You gotta look at the whole thing. Y'all can't just take a piece of her and then leave out the other side. When Cardi B got with Offset, that's who she was with, period, point blank, period. That's who she held up.
Same thing if they was a 30 before either.
Hold on, say that again. I couldn't hear.
That doesn't mean a regular female, because we talking about celebrity crushes, whatever. But that doesn't mean is ready to be in a relationship previous. So can't do the same. They ready.
She wasn't no hoe, G. Just because she danced in the club because for survival doesn't make her hoe.
Persona gives off that she is, which is exactly what I was know.
That is true.
That's not what we were talking about.
Okay. Videos, everything on Twitter and whatever.
Yeah.
You were saying you were against that. And now it's like, oh, well, it's Cardi.
Well, if it's Cardi, you're going to let it rock. I ain't doing it.
Yeah. Nah, G. No, because again, there's two things going on here. Number one, we were talking about bodies. Okay, we were talking about a lot of bodies.
That was true.
We have not mentioned a single Cardi body. Now, she may have been posting stuff on Instagram that's less than stellar, but I never said that I would not be with somebody that posts stuff on Instagram that's less than stellar. I said I didn't want to be with nobody with a bunch of bodies. That's number one. Number two, you take the whole character of Cardi and the way she is as a wife to Offset, that is what every man is looking for in a wife, period. So to say that, oh, not Cardi because she used to twerk on Instagram, that's not a thing. Like, we're okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that we're okay with it, but if she just cut it out and then she be a wife, what's the problem? What are we saying here? What's the problem? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so that's the same thing I'm saying. You said y'all's quotes, you can't be with a female bodies. Even if she's ready to cut it off and be a wife. It's like, oh, she had a lot of bodies. But now you're saying, well, she even if she did, she cut it off and she's ready to.
No, ma'am. I didn't say anything different about bodies. Bodies still count. If you can name me like 50 Cardi bodies, then Cardi's off the list.
Y'all are going
right? Like, you don't know any Cardi bodies, not even single one. Ooh. You know Offset. That is it.
That's why I say you haven't love in hip hop, because I can tell others just I don't even know. Like, I'm not searching for Cardi bodies, but just from watching
None of Love and Hip Hop, none of them was Cardi bodies. Nobody on Love and Hip Hop was a Cardi body.
Excuse me, guys. We are missing the crux of the argument
But
here. Cardi B does not matter in the grand scheme of things.
I love her. Belle Khaliz? Yeah, I ain't gonna sit here and talk bad about Belle Khaliz.
Listen to the point.
Cardi,
Listen, what
we put
this is all.
his pedals
Go ahead.
on, like
All right.
he's not giving out the whole persona of exactly what. But, okay, I digress.
I'm just saying. I think Cardi B, whatever she's doing right now, is whatever's cool. I wouldn't have married her, but that's Offset. That's not even in my tax bracket. I'm not
But
even
why?
remotely close to thinking.
Why? Why would you not have married Cardi B? Because he twerked on Instagram before?
Bryce, you're missing the point. I don't care about Cardi B. Anybody that's accused of robbing someone and drugging them, I probably shouldn't be with. So,
Man, if somebody come in the house at 2 a.m., I need somebody by me that's going to get it on, baby.
okay. All right. Well, now that you sound crazy, let's go ahead and move forward. Now you sound crazy. You sound crazy. And here's the thing. I talking about Isaac, myself, I'm not taxing or crucifying anyone for being promiscuous in the past. That is your business. I'm not, because you can't change the past. What I am simply saying is that is your business. All I'm saying is it could and might be a little bit more difficult for you to find someone in the future, especially if you're honest about it. So if you're honest about it and some person asks, and I don't know what the rules are with that when in relationships. I don't know if you ask your partner their body count.
Definitely
I don't
don't.
know. Because I don't.
Would you ask?
I've only had like 3 serious girlfriends in my entire life. The rest of them, I've just been giving out the word. I've been helping people. The rest of my time.
Talking about a man named Jesus.
Talking about a man. Talking about a man from Galilee. Talking about a man from Galilee. So I'm the last person to talk about a body count because I don't bring it. I'm just simply saying what we always kind of hang our hat on is just don't have it be embarrassing. Like, I just don't want to see you on no page nowhere. Like, I just don't have me looking stupid, G. Like, certain things that men can get over, but it's like if everybody knows it, that's crazy to me. That's the only thing that bothers me. Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, if you got a bunch of bodies and everybody knows it, like Homegirl from 3LW.
Yo, I'm still mad about that.
I think what you're trying to say is that, let's say she has a reputation amongst people that you know. People, like, she's been way too familiar with people that you know, and the guys are familiar with her in that way. That's what would bother you.
Well, you have to take into account who my friends are. My friends are evil, evil people. Like, listen, if one of my homeboys smashed my girlfriend or my ex, I would, bro. Even if I wanted to marry her, he couldn't come to the wedding because he'd be looking at me the whole time like you know. Like the dude, if Joshua, there was a girl that I was talking to that Joshua had talked to way back in the day. The first thing he said was like, "So who's bigger?" I said, "What are you doing right now?"
No.
I said, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? I'm like, Joshua, this is not what we do. You don't even know her like that.
That's not your story, guys. He's funny.
That's
He's a comedian. I don't know if y'all knew. Isaac is working on his comedy special.
All right.
And so he's a comedian and he just be saying stuff. That's not it.
Whatever. But no, I think that if you love someone, if you can see past certain things and you with it. I just know what some of my shortcomings are, and I know what I'm not willing to deal with. So that's just Isaac Fontaine for a little bit. But yeah, I'm not having it. Like,
I think I could see. I see what you're saying. I see your point. You just don't want, you don't want a girl that your friends or your group of your circle knows about in that way.
Yeah, I mean,
am I right?
That's respectable.
Saying, basically.
That's respectful. Like, because the problem is when you grow up, and we talked about this a long time ago. When you grow up with especially in the Navy, when you grow up with a group of guys that's killers. I mean, they popular. They got the Chargers and the rims, and that's back when the Chargers first came out. As you can see, I'm aging myself. If you drove a Charger in Hawaii, you was knocking them down. Like, that's it. Charger, Challenger, you was winning the game back then. So it's just a different thing. You just don't, like, you roll with a group of killers, just what you get accustomed to. But no, man, I think it's just about the respect that you have for yourself and for your partner. Don't put them in a position to where it can be an issue, especially if you don't tell them. Like having someone blindside you with something, if you know something, you can probably kind of deal with it better. But if it come out of nowhere, like, that's your girl? You mean her? Like, yeah, like, and you have no idea because she didn't tell you. I'm telling you right now, I've seen it firsthand. I've seen a man's heart like drop because he thought he knew something and the brother didn't. And it is real loud. Like, look, man, look, it's time to go, G. Like, let's go ahead and ride out because he getting drunk and he ready to fight. So before this happens, like, let's just leave. So I've seen it. So you don't want to have, yeah. Don't put that. Don't put nobody in that position, G. Like that's disrespectful.
I was talking to this dude, so we're gonna move.
Yeah, let's move forward. It's getting hot in here.
So I was talking to this dude today, man, because he kind of socially awkward, right? The dude's kind of socially awkward, and so he sees me as like this dude that all women must like, and I was like, nah.
No, no, that's not me at all. Right now. It's not me at all. It's not me at all. Yeah,
it's the opposite of my reality. But I also told him, I was like, what's crazy though is like as you get older, when you're young, that's all you want is the vagine. You know what I'm saying? It's a special brand of fragrance called vagine, and that's all you're looking for. You want to, and then but as you get older and you understand more what a relationship is for, you want that less and less. Like, and I say not less and less like you don't have a drive for it, but the relationship is not about that. The relationship is about what you could build with each other if you're really on her team and she's really on your team. And I'm like, I would not ever give up somebody who's helping me pay this mortgage for somebody who's offering vaccine. Like, this not a thing no more. Like,
we was just talking about this. Like, I'm 37, and I've lived a pirate's life. I can admit to that. I've lived a pirate's life
for me, baby.
I'm so over vagina at this point. Like, look, how can we build to get this mortgage? I'm trying to buy a property in Texas. What can we do to make that happen? If you're not trying to help to get to that level, you're just trying to smash. I cannot talk to you. I cannot help you with anything right now. Like, so you're not helping my life better.
Exactly. And like you see all these dudes talking about, I can't be faithful and I don't want to be faithful, this and that. And I'm like, I think that's just a misunderstanding about what the relationship is for, what it's supposed to do. Because it ain't about sex, bro. Like, it's like, it's in there. Don't get me wrong, it's in there, but it ain't about that at all.
About it.
For me to be a single father and have, responsibilities that take me away from my house periodically, and to have somebody that I can trust to be there to take care of my house and my kids while I'm gone, I'm gonna give her up for vagine? No chance. You know what I'm saying? No chance. But that's just an understanding of what the relationship is for. You know what I mean? I think that comes with maturity, like your cousin was saying, like Kenny was saying. But without that, I mean, that's why you see the guys my age, in their 40s still looking for vagine, and that's the most important thing. It's like,
and they be losing.
What is going on in your life?
And they lose their life over. I've seen men lose a lot of stuff behind some vagina. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
What are you doing?
Let it go, dude. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
And I could never see your cousin on here. She's still on here?
My cousin's barely. I don't know what her internet connection's doing. I feel bad for her.
I would say she never popped up. I'm gonna see if Koa has. I want to see what he has to say. Oh no, your cousin's still in here then.
Her internet connection is fighting the good fight. But
so you know what? I gotta run, guys. But it was good talking to you guys.
Okay.
It was nice having you on.
All right. See you next time.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Yep. Disconnect from my Wi-Fi.
Well, all right. Instead of disconnect from my Wi-Fi.
Let me get Koa. I know that. Yeah. This thing is acting crazy.
Who do you have internet with? I've never asked you that.
I'm on mommy duties, little doggy mom duties. I have to take my dog out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God. I was supposed to be in Texas on Thursday, though. My feelings are hurt, G. I'm telling you, my feelings are hurt. It's cool. Yeah. I'm gonna try to get there next month.
So Azriel, you ever know somebody that swear everybody wants her man, and the reality is nobody wants
Nobody
her
does.
man. I think that's a funny
Oh, she gone.
phenomenon.
She gone.
She gone.
I
She
don't know
gone.
what I don't know what women think about when most women be cooling. Like, I don't know. I can't speak for that. We gotta get. Is that Sine? We gotta get her in here. She always has positive stuff to say. Yeah, that's a local Hawaiian homegirl, I think.
Stunner.
Cindy, yeah, she looks like she's dope.
Does she
But
does she on there? You can try to. I can't invite nobody. Yo, it's telling me I still have 3 co-hosts in here when I don't. I don't know what that's about.
I don't even know how to do it. I just got no. That doesn't do it. That doesn't do nothing. That don't. As you can see, I don't know how.
So look, check it. So we've passed the first hour. We can restart the whole live and invite whoever we want.
All right,
At
cool.
this point, you want to do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, here we go.
Cool. Peace.